Bleach products are now in shortage due to a hacking attack on Clorox, the company. Also, we have the questions are out there asking whether it is a hacking attack that took down the F-35. We have some information from one of you guys sharing what you, some of the people you know in the background. Also, we're hearing more and more about how auto parts are taking forever. When we start hearing 18 months to get some new parts. That is pretty scary, folks. So we got lots and lots of reports coming from you guys from all over the world, and we're going to jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant, and we go over information that you guys are providing to us here. You're giving us critical information updates, people that you talk to, places of businesses that you work, things that you know that you can share with other people, and what you're seeing in the store shelves. We try to nail down what's going on with shortages, supply chain issues, so that people can be aware of what's going on. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They do a fantastic job getting people out of the stocks and bonds in their retirement accounts over to gold, silver, and platinum. There'll be a link at the end of the video for you to get some more information for them if you have a retirement account you want to get converted. All right, so the Clorox company has just reported they have a window in which these companies have to report hacking attacks. They just reported yesterday that they were hacked. And so over the past month, almost month, they have had a lot of their production facilities shut down. They haven't been producing bleach. They haven't producing, not only do they produce bleach for themselves, but a lot of these no-name brands, a lot of these generic brands use their bleach as well. So we have a lot of bleach production offline, and then a lot of these products and stuff that they produce as well, especially disinfecting wipes and everything like that. We're seeing shortages of these wipes out there. Some of you guys are reporting those, seeing those on the shelves right now. But the big thing is knowing that the Clorox Corporation, I won't call corporations, but it's a company, that they were hacked and it has caused widespread disruption. This is what they have to say, that they have already resumed production at the vast majority of their manufacturing sites and expects the ramp up to full production to occur over time. So that's the word on what their production lines are like. So what they're saying is even a month, almost a month after the hack, they still have some of their production lines, and a fair number of them apparently are still shut down. So with a bunch of these production lines shut down for a month and potentially going forward here too, that means some products may be just non-existent in the next number of weeks. If they don't have any production happening, those products are just disappearing off the shelf. If you need to stock up on some bleach products or cleaning products that may be impacted by this, you might want to grab those things while you're out at the stores. So that's a big news story out there. Already with other people hearing this, they're going out there and they're buying a little extra too. That's going to cause even more shortages. So if you need things in the near future, you might want to get stocked up. Best if you've already stocked up in the past, but be aware once again, as I always remind people, bleach does degrade, okay? If you have a 10-year-old bottle of bleach, you actually just have some salt water. If after a year or so, the bleach has been cut in half in potency. We're talking about serious degradation of the strength of it. So don't think you can just put a bunch of bottles of bleach up on the shelf and keep them indefinitely. If you want to do that, you want to use basically calcium hypochlorite, which is pool shock. You can make bleach out of pool shock by just watering. Take the crystals and put them in water, and you basically have bleach. And by basically, I mean you actually have bleach. So that is the best and most potent form of storing. And while that stuff is pretty nasty stuff to keep on hand, because it's really hard to store it because it eats through everything. It's extremely nasty, acidic, and all this kind of stuff like that. So you need to make sure that you're storing it really well and keep it away from moisture, and it will eat through stuff to get to moisture. All right, so Nashville Pasta Man says, from a well-connected engineer for an international manufacturing company, they said this: my Marine Corps people tell me that they think the controls were hacked. This is the F-35, right? Lockheed has had a real hard time keeping the bad guys out of their stuff. And then from another person I know well, they say, so my brother who works on various bits of the F-35 told me tonight that they suspect a fuel pump relay issue failed. He's on his way to Fort Worth to do whatever investigating they are planning to do. Obviously, there is no official word out there. A lot of people are throwing around the hack, but here's another thing saying potentially a fuel pump relay. But then again, it did fly 80 miles after the pilot ejected. So whatever it is, I said yesterday that all military aircraft have been grounded. Now, apparently that was for the United States Marine Corps, all of their aircraft grounded. That is a different story, but there still is a lot of aircraft that have been grounded for 2 days until they can be assessed or something. We'll find out more about that going forward. The U.S. Marine Corps does not have nearly as many jets as like the Air Force, and even the Navy has a lot more. So, all right, Sweet and Spicy says, Nigeria, nationwide blackout as the national grid collapses again. And that's correct. In Nigeria, not Niger, Nigeria, the power grid has collapsed 3 times now in the past 5 days. That should tell you how big of an issue they're having. Now, normally they actually provide power into the country of Niger, the one that has the coup, where U.S. soldiers are there but still hiding on their bases, and the French ambassador is under basically house arrest there. People are saying he's being held hostage. He refused to leave when they told him to. Western countries like the United States and France are refusing to recognize the people that are in power as the legitimate government of Niger. So they're refusing to obey their commands and telling them to leave and that kind of stuff. They're not doing that. So Nigeria has cut power to Niger. But now Nigeria keeps having their power grid collapse. I don't know if it's hacking or sabotage or just that Nigeria's power grid is just so bad. The fact that they're the ones supplying power to Niger should tell you how bad Niger is, right? All right, this is from Greg. My elderly neighbor has a Jeep Cherokee. He needs parts for it, not sure what parts, and he was told it will take 18 months to get those parts. So in the meantime, he has to shell out a couple $1,000s for a used car. 18 months for parts, friends. I mean, yikes. Like, how could it possibly take that long? Nothing takes 18 months. That's crazy. I mean, you can build a factory in that time period. It's insane. Farmy says, I've been using Superb brand lids with no failure. Speaking of canning jar lids. Over there now, you can actually buy them in bigger bulk, at least on Amazon. That makes them cheaper than like the ball jar lids. So Superb brand lids with no failures. Over 300 jars put up this summer, and all with Superb lids sealing successfully. They are made in the USA with heavier gauge steel and thicker sealant. They cost about $25 for a box of 60 regular lids, and you can get bulk packs even more than that. Now, they are made in the USA as well as they are Amish owned, if that impacts any of you guys' choice. So if you're having trouble getting lids that seal, There's that, and then there's the reusable lids and stuff like that. So Anna says, Walmart, Maine. Almost no coffee. Lots of junk and candy filling our shelves that used to be food. Funny, you mentioned grasshoppers because I have been seeing more here than I ever have before. A lot of places in the U.S. Are seeing a lot more grasshoppers and crickets than they have ever before as well. This is from Holly, Indiana. Just got back from GFS, Gordon Food Services, and they have had empty spaces so that I could not get everything on my list. I decided to go on a road trip to get supplies that I could not get there within a 15-mile radius from where I live. I planned on spending about $200 and price shopped ahead of time. I ended up only getting $85 worth of supplies. It was slim pickings on frozen pizza, frozen potatoes, and hot dogs. So we are seeing issues out there, once again, in Indiana. D4L, and please do keep your reports coming in. Just use the word update on a comment on any one of the videos on this channel, and that gets it to the right place, or you can email me directly at poplarpreparedness@gmail.com. D4L says, my local grocer in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, is completely out of all types of bulk salts, and vinegar is quite low. We've been seeing issues with vinegar and salts out there for a bit. This is from a viewer in a small town in Arizona. For this whole time of shortages, our Walmart has been well stocked. My neighbor is disabled and orders for delivery. Yesterday he said he only got half of what he ordered, and they only had one case of water that he ordered. He said that it's the first time this has happened. So potential issues out there in Arizona. If anyone else in Arizona is having an issue, please let us know. County Calling says, I went to Meijer yesterday and they were selling, there were signs saying that the supplier, Kraft, was not able to restock the salad dressing aisle. There was none left. The bean department, if that's what we call it now, was one shelf. It was a mix of kidney beans, black-eyed peas, and lentils, all in 1 pound bags, no multi-packs. No black beans or pinto. The rice filled the 2 shelves below, only 1 bag high, and just a few of each. That is out. That is not good. Definitely not what we're used to seeing. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. If you want to check out some information from Genesis Gold Group, there's a link right here that'll take you to a sign-up form where they'll send you an information packet. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.